Hey, welcome back to 2DG. We've got a Let's Talk series today that you're going to want to pay attention to right now, not later. It's going to help you out, we hope.
Yeah, so don't put us on the back burner. This is a different kind of Let's Talk. We're not just going to ramble for 30 minutes and have you zone out.
This isn't going to be that long, and it's going to give you some tips that you want to hear, we think.
He is all about this. So what this is about is I'm not going to say surefire way, but a better way to have increased chances to get Dark Lord Day tickets. Now, with that being said, I'll say that it's been easier, I think, the last couple of years, just because the number of tickets has gone up because they have been growing.
Although last year it was down from the year previous.
But it is still something that people struggle to get. So, because we are not going this year, we're going to help you out.
It's a big struggle I'm having right now, but I'm sticking to my guns.
I'm going to be in Vegas. So.
Look them up.
Not Reno, the real one.
You just hang out and in and out and surely run. Oh my God.
Nope.
My God, what a... No. Hey, do they have vegan options at...
No.
Nothing?
No.
You suck.
Fries.
I was...
Needed a fries.
You sure they're not cooked in an animal fat?
It's peanut oil.
Okay.
Most of your major ones are, except McDonald's.
They have the...
McDonald's cooks in vegetable shortening. It's just that they coat the fries themselves in tallow.
Well, it used to be fat.
Yeah. In the fry, not the oil that they cook in.
It doesn't matter.
Anyways.
Regardless.
Let's cut that shit out.
No
Okay.
necessary.
But, let's get back on track here. So, tips and tricks for you to try to score some tickets if you haven't ever, or if you've taken a couple years break, or if you got screwed over the last couple of years, or the year, whatever you want to call it. So,
we know a lot of you try year after year, and you just get skunked. And yeah, they're pricey too. You know, they're $180 again, which is, I thought it worked out fantastic last year the way they structured it. But
I think it's a good price. But we're starting to sound like an infomercial a little bit. So let's get into the rules.
Hold on. Let's get a little backstory. Because why do we think these ideas might help you?
Because since we became aware of this festival and actually put forth the effort to try, we've gotten 3 out of 3 years.
Yeah, we got in the first year we tried. And it's not just that we got an allotment. We got 4 like we needed. 4 of us were going. We got 4 tickets each year. So maybe there's something to what we're going to tell you.
So, the rules.
The rules are key. You will screw yourself if you don't know these rules.
First and foremost, you must, and your guest, you must both be 21 years of age. They will check IDs. Obviously, it's a drinking festival.
This year they're having a bracelet too that's RFID'd probably,
really?
It looks like, and you'll be able to chip back in and out and buy stuff with your chip. So somehow you can tie a card to it looks like.
Second, every person that goes, even if you're going to be a designated driver, you must have a ticket.
You must.
They are not lenient on this policy, even remotely, despite the fact there are thousands of people that go there. Everyone flashes that badge or ticket. Next, for every one person that buys a ticket,
you can get a maximum of 2.
Can't do 3, can't do 4, 2, period.
You can get 1 or you can get 2.
Yeah.
If you get 2, that leads us to the next part. The purchaser of that ticket must be present. I'm jumping down one.
Yeah.
When you enter. So your guest cannot go in without the original purchaser. If I have John Q. Public buys my ticket, both tickets say John Q. Public. And if my ID doesn't match, I must be with the person who does have the proper ID that matches.
Yeah. As long as you're with that person, by all means, you can get in, no problem. But if for some reason you get separated and you're like, oh, I'll meet with them when I get in the festival grounds, you ain't getting in.
Nope.
That may be the case too, and he didn't put this...
That was the last point, though, was that the ticket must match the name on your ID.
Now, to piggyback off of that, this isn't in our tips coming down, make sure your phone is charged. Because if you do get separated and you're not in yet, or one of you goes out to put some beer in the vehicle if you drove, not recommended, but if you did drive, have a charged phone because you're going to be screwed trying to get back in.
Have a charged phone so you can get an Uber.
Yeah, that too. Or a Lyft if you don't like to be popular. So,
because sleeping under the vehicles is popular, but I wouldn't recommend it.
So let's get into the tips. I'll let you start.
Well, obviously, I want to say be sure and check the official website, darklordday.com, for all the rules. This was only the ones we wanted to highlight. There's
the
more.
important ones for the most part.
Know what you're getting into. Don't violate yourself out before you even get in.
Yeah.
So, how to get tickets. What we did that we feel most likely improved the odds of us getting tickets. First and foremost, have the numbers. What that means is, there's 4 of us, and we each sit down at the time, well, actually before the time, we'll get there. We each sit down, and everybody has their own device on the page, hitting refresh, probably 10 to 15 minutes ahead of time, starting to hit refresh until that link becomes active. But we all have at least one device. In fact, my device, I'm running 3 different browsers, all hitting and refreshing to make sure that I see as soon as that link becomes live, I can hit it. And I'll hit it on all 3 browsers. They'll hit it on all their devices, and we'll all start queuing.
Yeah, so basically don't try to be a hero. Basically. Yeah. So it's cool to be one person, that's fine. Even if you want to just do it one device per person, it's a risk, but you can still do it, obviously. Yeah. I would recommend if you are by yourself, have like your phone or a laptop or tablet doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
So it increases your odds, obviously. Next is have a decent internet connection. Duh, right?
Yeah.
So don't be in a place where you have like dial-up, which nobody really does anymore. But let's say that you do. Go to a coffee shop, something like that, in a town where you have decent internet connection. That way you're not dropping it.
I don't even know that I would use a. I don't think I would suggest using a coffee shop.
As an example,
you're going to be using credit card information, and it's super easy to fake that access point and sniff out the traffic. Super easy. So anyway, like he said, internet connection, believe it or not, does seem to matter. And I'm only saying that because when I had a 5 to 10 megabit connection, I would get stuck and I wouldn't quite get the response that I thought I should. But once I boosted my internet connection by, up to 60 or whatever it is, no problems. Made the world a difference.
Well, if you're getting 60 minutes, you should. If you're actually getting it, just paying for it.
The other tips, kind of at your discretion, but I say trust your cohorts.
Yeah, which he actually used cohorts on here. He's 78 years old. So, since each person can only get 2 tickets, it's going to depend on how many people you have in your group, how many people you're trying to get tickets for, yada, yada, yada. So make sure that you're with somebody that isn't going to say they're going to get tickets for you, and then they get in and you stop, because there's always that chance somebody could screw you over.
Yeah. And the key is, with the trust your cohorts too, is that while me and mine, we might be entering and purchasing, there's no guarantee that he's going to still get in, or his is going to get in. So I keep refreshing mine. If I get in, I either use my card, which doesn't work because I'm her guest, or he'll have to become her guest. But either way, I can say, hey, send me your card info and your address and all that, and I'll plug it in for you. Now you're billed, there you go. Now you have 2 tickets as well.
Fun fact, I did enter the wrong zip code 2 years ago.
And it was frightening.
It wasn't the greatest. Got it fixed super easy. They were super cool about it. But
E-Tix or whatever there.
Yeah. E-Tix, it was very, very scary for a second.
Yeah, that was sketch.
So next portion, ignore the social media. So a lot of times and you can tell they're new, they've never been there, they'll go to the fan page on Facebook, or I think they have a Twitter, whatever.
Yeah.
They go there, they'll ask, when tickets are on sale, yada, yada, yada. People say, oh, they're sold out already. And it's like, if it's not before the day, they're not on sale at all, period. And if you're about even 10 to 15 minutes after when it's launched, you're fucked. Like, it doesn't matter.
Well, but the point is, if you're sitting in queue and you're going, man, this is taking forever, and it will. That queue, we sat in queue for half an hour before. That queue will take forever. But don't give up because somebody starts tweeting, oh, it's all sold out, because they don't know. Mm-hmm. And until you see it official, don't worry about it. If it's officially out, that queue will end, and it'll tell you, sorry, better luck next time. Don't stop. People are trying to troll you to get you guys, as many people to drop out of the queue as they can so that they bump up in the queue.
And that kind of went into our next point too. So like, it does sell out pretty quickly. Now, when you're saying we're in a queue for 30 minutes, that means we've already been trying. Not that we decided, it's 12:10, I'll wait and see. Go in immediately.
Yeah, if you're not in it, and I think before it's launched a minute or two early. Even.
Yeah, so make sure you're there. Like you said, ignore the people saying otherwise that it's gone and that kind of thing. And here's the thing too. Whilst you're trying to get into a certain group, because there are certain groups, so it's like Group A, Group B, Group C, Group D.
Have that planned out ahead of time too.
Yeah. If you don't care, like you don't mind being there all day, or you have a super high tolerance, like who gives a shit? But anywho, there will be certain groups that sell out. So like you'll be in queue, you got all your info, and you select Group A, excuse me. At the end, it can say, "Oh, you went through all this work and it's sold out," and it'll kick you right back to the screen. So you have to start all over again, which kind of sucks and it can piss you off, but it does happen. So keep going.
Discuss this with your cohorts, though. Have a strategy that. What are we going for? We're all going to go for Group A. If we don't get Group A, what are we going to go for? And have 2 or 3 alternates, and then finally take whatever you can. Of course, don't throw away your option. That is one nice thing with the variant being random. It used to be you get to pick out of the variants that they have, so everybody wanted Group A. But now that it's random, it really doesn't matter as long as you're in a group.
There's kind of ways around that random, or at least there was last year's. I mean, it's still completely kind of like up to them, but there's ways you can kind of swim around that and kind of cherry pick a little bit.
Okay, so you finally get through the queue, and you're to the part where you have to enter your credit card, your name, and all that. You're pretty much locked into your 2, unless you drop out, and then they go back in the pool for sale. But to speed things along, just to make sure. It's smart, and this is not sponsored by anyone, but to make an eTix account ahead of time so you have all that saved and you're already logged into eTix when you start this, you just hit pay now with that, boom, it happens.
It's kind of like PayPal.
You got your thing set up, you're ready to go. You're just eliminating time so that nobody can snipe you if it's even possible. I don't think it is, but why risk it?
Yeah, I think you only have like a 15 to 20 minute window too, so like it's used to prevent bots, which basically means like you can set automatic,
it's like when you try to buy a ticket at a concert, but you can't because everything's sold out in 5 seconds, and now it's remarked for $3,000 for a ticket,
Next one, this one you can kind of take or leave for the most part, spread out. So what we did, and by necessity, because it's where we live, we did it in about 2 or 3 different towns at the same time. I'm not going to say that you have a higher success rate, but we're 3 for 3, so I mean, take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, it is what it is. So that's pretty much our list of tips. I mean, that's what we did year after year, and it worked. We got the 4 tickets that we were after every time. So I would like to see some people who've never been get their chance this year. So.
And here's the thing: if you're going to try to be a dick and buy like 6 tickets when there's only like 1 or 2 of you, you're not going to be able to resell them. You're not. Your name is on the ticket. It's literally worthless.
A lot of people complain about their process, the Floyds' process and handling all this stuff, but it's really good because it does prohibit any of that.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've gotten to the point where we've had one of us, not here today, get in, buy her 2, and then get right back in and get in again to purchase before any of us. And that's where I say trust your cohorts, because now you're forwarding over, here's my info, buy 2 more.
Yeah.
You got to trust them, but...
Everything basically short of your social, you know what I mean? Like, that's
but, this is one of those things where, you can't resell them, but you can work things to your advantage, as long as you're trusting the people you're with and they're trustworthy people. I would never say give your credit card and information to someone unless it's, obviously someone you really trust.
Now, as a last-ditch effort, sometimes, I've seen it once or twice, there are people that are there with extra tickets. Like, they'll have 1 extra. Somebody canceled, family stuff, whatever. If you're a person that is deciding to just play completely, all inhibitions gone to the wind, and you show up and you're like, I'm going to try to find somebody with an extra ticket so they can get me in. It does happen.
It's rare, but it happens.
But it can happen.
In that case, I would say join the Dark Lord group on Facebook because you'll see it advertised. You'll see people asking, and you'll see people going, "Hey, I got," you know.
Yeah. Now, if you, for something, this is completely an aside here. If you don't care about going into the festival and you just want to go to enjoy it, you can still get shit-faced outside. Happens. People are there as early as 4 or 5 in the morning when the gates don't open until, what, 10 now?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can have a ton of fun outside if you really don't care about going in.
I just saw a post on the Dark Lord Facebook group the other day, and the lady said that her and her husband will buy one ticket, and one of them will go in while the other one stays out and has a party out there,
Yeah.
you know, in the lines and stuff, and then they'll get their beer and come back out and just party on the outside, you know. It's worthwhile. The other thing I will say is make sure that whoever you're going with, if you're the guest ticket, make sure that they're going to be there because you don't get in if they're not there.
Yep.
Make sure you can count on that person to be there.
Yo, I got a fake ID, though.
Yeah, that's not your friend. So, the only other thing I'm not sure about on this whole process is reusing a card number. If you're a married couple and you're trying to get 4 of you to go, I don't know if they look at the card number and say, you already used it once, you can't use it again.
I don't think they do, but
I can't imagine that they would. I mean, there's a lot of people that had joint checking. I'm sure they have cards that are Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you know. If Mrs. Smith wants to buy 2 and Mr. Smith wants to buy 2,
something new,
it's
though,
not
this
violating
year.
the rule.
They're not taking cash.
No cash whatsoever.
Last couple of years it's been like cash only.
No, last year they had. Well, they did take cash last year because they had the ATMs.
Well, I know the first
Right.
day we were there was cash, or the first time we were there, it was cash only. For the
And
most
last
part.
year they had ATMs, so
Yeah.
the cash wasn't transaction. But they've got that RFID chipped wristband this year. So, like I said, we're not going to get into that level of detail. I don't believe because we're not going.
Yeah.
But I would imagine there's some way that you tie your credit card to that chip so that. And think about it. If you haven't went,
Well, especially if you lose that.
there's some dudes that are severely smashed, and can you imagine them just walking up and bumping and buying anything and drop and buy some more?
Or
And,
you just grab their arm and beep.
yeah, next thing you know, they're grand in debt, you know, out a grand more than they thought. So
They
hey,
pass out, man.
these are our tips. We hope that it helps you. We do feel that it's smart to keep a communication service available while you're all waiting in queue, like Facebook Messenger or Snap. I don't know, Twitter,
Texting,
whatever it is you do.
FaceTime,
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever it is you do that you and your friends communicate. Keep that going so that you know. Hey, did you get in? No, not yet. Did you get in? Yeah, I'm purchasing right now. Now you know that person. That's 2. So, keep communication open the whole time. Get in there early, refresh, hit, sit and wait, don't give up. That's the key. That's what we did. Many devices you can. That's it. I don't know what else to say. Except, good luck.
And we won't see you this year, so let us know how it is.
Yeah, send us some video or something.
Yeah.
We'll put it up. We don't care.
2DG.
See ya.